daily chores and I am free. I made my daughter to sleep at 2 o'clock, so I'm free now.
How old is she?
She's 4.5, ma'am. She turns 5 in this July.
Okay, still she takes an afternoon nap.
Today is ma'am holiday for her, so I prefer her to sleep in the afternoon. And daily also, I make her to sleep for 2 hours, ma'am, in the noon.
Oh, is she an early riser?
Yes, ma'am. She can wake. We can wake her up when we call her once.
She's a light sleeper then. Okay, so before we move ahead, I would love to know something about you.
Yes, ma'am. How is your day going on, ma'am? How have
My
you been so?
Yeah, my day is
Yes.
quite busy today because my children are having their exams. So
Okay.
they wrote their exam and they came back. Then we had lunch. So it will easily take 1.5 hours for me to get things done after they come back from school. So yeah, it is going pretty well.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to introduce myself, ma'am.
Yes.
And I'm Mahalakshmi. I'm from Tamil Nadu, Coimbatore. I did my master's in engineering. I was a lecturer before marriage, and after marriage, before lecturer, I finished my graduation and I got job as a lecturer. And after that, I did my ME. Meanwhile, I was is going through the competitive exams for bank job. And side by side, I did my ME and prepared for my bank exam. And I got through into it. And I was a banker for almost 11 years, 11 to 12 years, 11.5 years.
Mm.
Now I had to quit out of it, come out of it, ma'am. I am a homemaker and shouldering all my responsibilities happily. Proud homemaker now.
Wow. But I think you will continue work after your daughter grows up.
Hereafter, I can't go there, ma'am, and join again. So I can't go to bank. But I don't think that I can go out because my presence at home is considered as significant. I want to be here when they come home and have to do all my works and I have to concentrate them. So if I go to job now, I could not. There is a chance that I cannot concentrate on them. So it is. So I choose to be at home, and I don't want to be sit idle. So I have started my YouTube channel recently. So I want to do something for my future.
Okay, that's nice. But you had a really good career, right? 11 years of
Yes, ma'am.
experience. That's fabulous.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, that was different. And yes, I was a lecturer. That was different. And afterwards, banker. That was different. Now I'm concentrating on my English is communication skill. This is totally different.
Mm. Okay, so YouTube you started in order to enhance your English, or what was the purpose?
Yes, ma'am. In order to enhance my English, and also I want to make myself fully occupied. I should not get deviate from other thoughts, and I don't want to waste my whole day just by watching series or movies. So I want to utilize my time something good, ma'am, something fruitfully.
Okay, so what do you see in your future? Like you want to become a full-time YouTuber, or would you like to teach English? Do you have any vision for yourself?
Yes, ma'am. I would like to teach English, and I want to be an online tutor. I want to be a guest teacher for a school or college.
Okay, you have your ideas in your mind. You know what to
Yes,
do, and okay, that's nice
yes.
to know actually. Okay, uh, so do you mean that you're running your YouTube channel?
I'm a toddler, ma'am, in this just
Okay.
yeah, 20 days before, and it's my eighth video, ma'am.
Okay. So how's your experience of connecting with people and talking? And how did you stumble across these conversation videos in the first place?
Okay, actually, I didn't know what to do, so I thought, okay, why don't I start this? And I am okay. I am much confident, ma'am, before not in English, but to communicate with others. Even while in travel, also, I easily communicate with others, with my neighbors, and when I travel in the public or somewhere, I easily mingle with others. So I had a plan to start this, and I also want to improve my communication skill, ma'am. I thought this is the right platform to do that.
Mm.
So it will give some energy to speak in front of others. in my in my future also.
That's right, because connecting with strangers and having these conversations, that will boost your confidence and it will keep you in touch. Because you're a homemaker, right? You
Yes,
don't get the opportunity to connect with different people sitting at your home. So this is a very
yes,
nice
ma'am.
option.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have any questions for me before we start with something else?
I will ask, ma'am. Actually, what is your advice for the newcomer to the YouTube? What's your idea, ma'am, for them to consistent in their practice?
I would say, like, when it comes to YouTube, be consistent, upload every single day. And
Oh,
yeah, these are the two things. Just focus on your content as well, because many people are doing conversations, right? Just think on what different you can do. Obviously, your English is good enough. So um, I am not sure because I started a 1.5 year ago. And yeah, there was competition even back then, but right now, I think many people are doing conversations. If not
yes,
YouTube, at least your communication skills will improve and you'll enjoy this process of connecting with strangers and speaking to them. So, only thing for YouTube is be consistent and continue this same niche, whatever you started, like with English learning and teaching, right? So, you can
yes,
explore in this field itself. If you change fields, then again, your audience will get drifted. So, that's my only advice, I think, because I'm not a pro at it. When I was absolute beginner, like I started YouTube and this is my first experience as well. But what worked for me was consistency and people have to connect with you. Just be real.
oh,
If people connect with
yes,
you, they will definitely follow you.
yes, ma'am. And I also started taking online just speaking practice class for adults, ma'am. And they also told about you and they admired you a lot. I told them that I'm going to have a conversation with you, and they said, ma'am, we are eagerly waiting to see that. Please have a talk with her.
Oh, that is so sweet. Like people, it's surprising for me to know that people know me. So many people know me. So that feeling is
Yes,
different. And yeah, I thank all the people who are liking my
thank
content.
you.
So thank you so much.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so as we discussed, we'll just discuss a few topics for people who
Okay, ma'am.
watch the conversation. Maybe they will learn something out of it on how to talk about different topics because it is a constant request. Ma'am, have conversations on different topics so that we will learn. The regular random conversation like hobbies, where are you from, introduction. These people are, I think, bored of. So I thought I will discuss 10 different topics and we'll just see how it goes. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Whatever your knowledge about it, whatever you want to speak about the topic, you can go ahead. Okay. So the first
Okay.
topic is childhood. So tell me about your childhood. What did you like to do, and what were the days when you were growing up?
Yeah, it was wonderful memories, ma'am. Actually, we were allowed to play outside till the cows came home, but not now. It's not happening now. We
Mm.
were actually allowed to go outside and play with our neighbors' home, and there are a number of people. There were a number of people around us. They used to monitor us, so we had that confidence and security, ma'am, when we were child. And now that is lagging, ma'am. It was wonderful. It was, yeah, everlasting memory, I could say.
Right, you're right because those days were different. Even when I was growing up, I grew
Yes,
up in the 90s. It was okay for us to play on the roads. And there were not a lot
yes,
of vehicles also on the road. It was pretty safe for us to play and no strangers. There was not so much of tension was not there. But nowadays, parents do
yeah,
not send their children outside to play with other children. I noticed that as well, and I don't know what to say about it. But it is true. They have their own insecurities. It is just time is changing so other people.
yes, ma'am. Here we don't have any playgrounds or any area to play, ma'am. I
Oh,
really wonder how my kids will play further and for their future. My elder one, she rides her bicycle when she comes from the school. That is her only way of playing outside. And here there is no place to play, ma'am. That is the main thing.
mm,
In town, we are facing this issue.
yes, yes. No open area for children to play.
Yes, there is no
Another,
open area for the children to play. Mm.
but there are like, societies or gated communities. They have that environment of
Mm.
private park or whatever to play. But for others, it is quite difficult, I think. finding open areas, especially if you do not have a lot of gardens or whatever around your house. The same is with me. I live in a society. There are a lot of houses around me, but somehow surprisingly, children are not playing outside. They are inside their house all the time. And I don't know what they do. Maybe watching screen or spending time like that. Uh, I think even children are like that nowadays, right? They prefer being indoors and doing something with the screens or something rather than going out and playing.
Yes, ma'am. Here, I always accompany with my kids whenever they go outside so that I wouldn't be of afraid.
Hmm.
That is also not possible, right, ma'am? Every day I cannot go with them and accompany them. So sometimes I itself ask them to please play inside, don't go outside. But what to do, ma'am? We have no other choice.
That's right. I think it affects all of their, mental health, physical
Yes,
health,
ma'am.
everything. The free play is really important, but we don't find such places also nowadays. So,
Something should be done, ma'am.
yeah. So let's come to the second topic, that is food. So, are you a
Yes.
foodie or what are your food preferences? Which is your favorite cuisine? Thing you can say.
Okay. My favorite cuisine is South Indian, ma'am. And my favorite food is curd rice. I prefer homemade food and my mom's food. I don't like that spicy and all. And we once in a blue moon we go to restaurant, ma'am. That too with limited food. I don't prefer a spicy and all spicy food. What about yours, ma'am?
I am just like you. We are on the same page. Exact same food preferences. I also like continental food other than South Indian food, and I also like Middle Eastern food as well because they are not spicy. The main reason is that they are not spicy. I like that food, and so do you not prefer spicy food because it doesn't suit your body, or you just don't like it in general?
I don't like it in general, ma'am. I cannot tolerate with that spicy.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah, likewise happens with me as well. And I think
Yes.
South Indian food has, I think it has fans from all over the globe because many people are into South Indian food. They like
Yes.
food actually. Very simple. And are you vegetarian?
Yes, ma'am. I'm vegetarian.
Okay, okay. So there's a lot of speculation, right? Like it's better to be a non-vegetarian to get all your nutrients in place, like proteins, etc. Do you believe in it?
No, ma'am. We do have some proteins, nutrients, minerals in our food, and for that we don't want to follow them. We do have all the enriched, balanced diet, ma'am. But that should be taken daily.
Mm,
The balanced diet should be taken daily, and we should not deviate. We should not omit something.
correct,
And
correct.
if we have that is okay. I don't want to go that side, or I don't want to blame them. That is all, ma'am.
Okay, so you're not a foodie, neither am I. I do not like experimenting with my food. I'm not bored with the same food I can keep having.
For me also, whenever I go to a restaurant, at last for dessert, I always order faluda. As I saw, so many varieties in the menu card, but I don't test with the other things. I always choose faluda. That is enough for me.
Yes, and there are so much of like junk food. Kids usually prefer pizza or they will have a Oreo shake, which is so rich and so sweet, so calorie dense. How are they going to burn that? That is the main reason why I stopped, very less. Unless we are on holidays, I prefer not to get them food from outside. Very calorie dense, and they are going to have childhood obesity because of that. So I'm taking care of that.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so tell me about friendship. Are you an introvert? Do you like making friends? What's the story behind this?
I'm not an introvert and also extrovert. I'm an ambivert, ma'am. And yeah, I do have friends, but some special friends, ma'am. I don't have 10 or 15 friends. My wholehearted, my trustworthy friends. When I was working in college, from that itself, I have friends, and we are in touch with even now. And she has all the rights to scold and to call any name. So I, according to me, friendship should have that compassionate, ma'am, compassionate and sincere, trustworthy trust.
Yes, even I have very few friends. I cannot even call friends friend since my childhood. Like fifth, sixth
Okay.
standard, we are friends. And no matter how much we drift apart, like we lost touch for some years, then we again got in touch. It's not like we are messaging every single day or staying in touch. But whenever I meet or whenever I speak, I feel that nothing has changed. I can be
Mm.
totally me when I'm with her. So I think that's what friendship is. I'm an introvert. She's a total extrovert. She's a social person. She loves everything, eating and traveling, everything. And we are total opposites. But I don't know. She's one friend I've had for eternity. It's like forever having her. Even I have
Okay.
only one or two friends. That's all.
Okay, ma'am. From college days also, I have some friends, and they know about me very well.
Okay.
So it's going, ma'am.
One of the main reasons why I do not have friends from college is because of English. I used to speak only in English all the time, and people found that it is not, they cannot connect with me because they have to speak
Mm.
English if they want to speak with me. So I
Okay.
didn't have like really good friends from college, but from school I do have. From hostel I have a couple of them. We're not in touch like every single day or something, but yeah, that's what I am. I am an introvert, so I'm terrible at making and managing friends. But do you think it's important to have friends in your life?
Yes, ma'am. It's very important to have friends in our life because if we don't have anyone to share our thoughts, they are there to hear whatever we say, and they are here to console us, ma'am.
Mm,
They will not put us down, ma'am, in front of others. They have the rights to scold us when we are alone, but they will not let us down in front of others. They always support us, whether we are right or wrong. They are always stand our side, ma'am. So it's very important to have friends in our life.
exactly. For me, my husband is my friend, my daughter is my friend, but she's only 10, right? I can tell her, but there are some things that I cannot share with her. In that
Yes.
situation, my husband, but I somehow never find the missing thing. I miss a friend. So that feeling I do not have. Maybe because I enjoy my own company. I am happy in my own shell, like watching movies,
Mm.
enjoying my own life, talking to my parents. This family, friends, everything is one for me. But yeah, I feel that for people, when I look outside, people are having social life, they're having good friends. They're happy in their place, and I'm happy in mine. Okay, so let's talk about cleanliness. So, how often do you clean your house, or do you believe a lot in cleanliness?
No, ma'am, I don't believe in that. But I want things to be ordered. It has to be organized. But I'm not that much into cleanliness because it's a house, and we have kids around them. So it will be like this only. And when they go to school, I have the habit of cleaning my house and sweeping, mopping, and everywhere, ma'am. But I don't always say them, please make yourself clean. And I tell them to make it clean, but they don't do. So
Mm,
I don't scold them. Okay, they will do afterwards when they come to know about its value. They will do.
mm, yes. And house is a house, right? It is going to be messy, no matter if children are at
Yes.
home, it is going to be messy, and that is that part which you're going to miss once they grow up and leave your house, because then nobody is dirtying the house. And it's
Yes.
okay, even me, I'm considered about the cleanliness in the kitchen, especially. It has to be clean
Mm.
because that's where our food is prepared and it has to be hygienic. So kitchen has to be tip top. But other than that, other rooms, they are just, I don't stress out a lot about being clean or something. Average, even I'm in average level.
Yes, yes, ma'am. I was like that before. I want everything to be tidy up, but nowadays, okay, I just left it, ma'am. Okay, let it be. It's our house. No one is going to give marks for our cleanliness. Let them enjoy. Let them play with their toys and let them scatter things. So I left it, ma'am.
Another mention here is our parents, my parents especially, and I've seen this in the generation of their generation. They are very particular about cleanliness. Even my mom, still has the patience to put everything in its own place. And when she comes here, also she's all the time cleaning and looking what is there in this bottle. Is it clean or no? Are you using it or no? She's way more energetic and cleanliness conscious all the time. So I see that in the elder generation compared to us.
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Okay. So tell me about advice. Are you good at giving advice or receiving advice? What is the best advice that you have received so far?
I'm good at giving advice to my daughters.
Okay.
And I am receiving advice from my parents, ma'am.
Yes.
And they always say that don't compare your kids with others, someone else. They have their own special. They will grown up well. You don't worry. So you don't compare your kids with someone else. They have their ability to come.
Yes.
This is the main advice I hear from them, ma'am. And I don't compare my kids with others, ma'am. If they start comparing us with their parents, then we don't have any answer to. We
Good.
don't have anything to answer them.
That's
So
right.
I usually don't compare my kids with them, and this was the advice given by parents. So I'm following it.
That's a good advice. And I think parents now they realize that we did wrong with you, like by putting a lot of pressure on you, this. We made a mistake, but you don't do the same mistake with your children.
Yes.
Don't put pressure on them. Don't scold them.
Dad, he told me that you please don't scold your kids, don't scold your daughter in front of others, in front of her friends, especially.
Okay. That's very valuable suggestion.
Yes, ma'am. So I'm following it, ma'am.
That's nice. You should. Whatever our parents tell us, it's mainly because of our good or our children's
Yes.
future, which is going to be good for them. And definitely, they are elders for a reason. They have lived a life more than us. They've experienced a lot of stuff more than us. So they have a lot of
Yes, ma'am.
experience. Yes, they can be wrong at times, but maximum times it is better we listen to what they are saying. Mostly they are true. Okay, so tell me about charity. Are you a lot into giving away stuff or a portion of whatever money you have? Do you believe in charity?
Yes, ma'am. I believe in charity. Here, we don't have the opportunity to give our things to outside. And in Coimbatore, there is a wall in Sai Baba colony. I don't know, ma'am. We can keep our leftover foods there. And if someone is in need of those food or clothes, they can come and take it. But in my area, it's not there. I prefer it would come here also. So we instead of just wasting outside, we can keep it. Actually, it is good food. We don't find anyone to give them, ma'am. So what we do, we just keep those food in outside, right, ma'am, for someone. So
Yes.
that should be avoided, and it should given to some other, ma'am, some needy people.
Hmm.
I believe in charity also, ma'am, and I do have an ambition in my life. After 20 years, I have a plan to serve a meal a day for the stranger, at
Hmm.
least for 50 people
Wow, such a noble
in
thing
my
you.
village. In my
Yes.
village, I pray that there should not be anyone as a underprivileged person people, but if there are some people, I would serve them food, ma'am. That is my ambition, I could say, and I have to start earning for that, ma'am.
Yes, we have to be capable enough financially so that we can help
Yes.
others. Even I believe in charity, but not like giving away money. Actually, people around me, because I should know that what I'm giving it is put to good use or no. So people around me, maybe the driver or maid. So I believe in helping them because I can see,
Oh,
how they're going to use it, and it's going to be beneficial for them or no. Or people living around their houses. So it mainly involves food, clothing, whatever my children's clothes or my clothes. I believe in donating as well. Okay.
yes, ma'am.
So tell me about dreams. So do you get dreams when you're sleeping? Do you remember your dream when you wake up?
I get dreams, ma'am, when I'm sleeping, but I don't remember everything. Just some portions I remember, but I don't believe in dreams. So I don't bother about it. In day, I have some future plans. As I said earlier, I have some future plans. So I have to push myself towards it, ma'am.
That's right. Dream is nothing. It's not necessarily has to be what you see in your sleep. It can also be what you want to do in your life. Because it was my
Yes,
dream to have a good channel, provide good content. So my mind is always revolving around that, even when I'm sleeping. Because rightly said that dream is something that doesn't let you sleep.
yes,
So
ma'am.
even like while sleeping, I'm thinking of what further content I can put. So yeah, dream can be both.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so tell me about, yeah, you already told me about your future plans. That was my next question. You already told that
Okay.
you want to be into charity. You also told me about your YouTube future, what you look for yourself. And is there
Yes,
anything
ma'am.
else you would like to share on this topic?
Future plans, yes, ma'am. This too, and I want to show that I am also capable of communicating. I also know how to communicate in public. I want to show this. I don't know why, but I had hesitation, ma'am, to speak in front of others. Even in school, if they ask, is anyone there to speak anything? Do you want to ask anything? I was just kept quiet, but I had some questions in my mind, but I did not ask them. But hereafter, I should not be like that. I should come forward to ask questions in the public. So I have to develop that courage, ma'am. So YouTube would help me in that platform. I hope so, ma'am. That is my future goal. You can say that is my upcoming aim.
I think, but see, on YouTube, you're connecting with people virtually, right? So we cannot
Yes,
say it
ma'am.
will give you the same kind of confidence when you go out because both are different kinds of experiences. So when you're out, also, you have to push yourself to do it. Then I think you
Yes,
will get
ma'am.
more exposure.
Yeah, before I was struggling to even frame a sentence in front of others, but now I am gaining confidence, and yes, I am preparing myself to ask questions.
That's nice. It's important that people ask questions. That's really important. Not only answering what we are asking them. If they ask questions, even their confidence, somehow their confidence will build when people ask questions. And I've noticed this.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's nice. Then about productivity. How productive are you in your everyday life?
Productive means, ma'am, in means
Making the
of.
best use of time, or doing something
um,
which will enhance your life or your future rather than procrastinating all the time on and doing unnecessary things, watching reels, so that we cannot count under being productive. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how productive are you?
I can give 6 marks, ma'am. I'm not too much of productive. I do have some negative impacts. I spend my time just by watching reels before. Now also I'm just spending half an hour by watching reels and some videos, some unwanted videos, ma'am. Some just in YouTube videos, but I don't. That should not be happen hereafter. I have to focus on my productivity hereafter. Here at next meeting, I should give 9 marks out of 10, ma'am, for my productivity.
No problem, because you are rating yourself as 6, which might not be true, because you never know, because you're doing your household chores, you're taking care of your children. Maybe you're not the right person to answer that question. Maybe that you have
Okay.
assumption about yourself, which can be true or untrue. We don't know about that. But a person who is living with you, if they tell you're not productive enough, I think that is true. For reels is totally justifiable, right? Otherwise, you will lose your sanity. Being a homemaker, you need some relaxation for your mind.
Yes,
And I
ma'am.
believe in reels therapy. They change your mood if you spend like 15, 20 minutes watching reels. Not too much, just little bit. So that will, I think, bring your moods to proper place when you're too
Yes.
irritated or something.
And I have books to read, ma'am. I have journals. I write journals every day, and books. And I do conversation on my own in front of mirrors. And these are all the things I'm doing. And I can say that is my way of protecting my time, ma'am.
Definitely. Then you're already 9 on 10. So don't worry about that. So the last topic is responsibility. So are you good at taking responsibility?
Yes, ma'am. I'm good at taking responsibilities, and is what to say. Responsibility means household chores or my daughters. Um, Taking care of them. It is. Yes, I'm shouldering all my responsibilities, ma'am. There is no doubt in it, and I care about them, and I not only care about them with my family members, my parents, my husband, my neighbors, even my street vendors,
Okay.
everyone. So I do share responsibilities, ma'am.
That's good. Like, how responsible are you in terms of, for example, you have something really expensive at your home, maybe jewelry or some important papers. So, do you keep them in the proper place responsibly?
Sometimes, ma'am, actually, I'm sometimes I keep them in a proper place, but I do forget to keep them in a proper place. I got scolding from my husband. Afterwards, I developed this habit, and I am responsible. I think I am showing responsibility towards keeping all the things in its proper place.
I think it is also subjective because I'm very responsible when it comes to things like this, expensive things. I keep telling my mom, don't give me anything expensive. I will not remember where I'm keeping it. So same goes with my papers or documents. I'm very responsible when it comes to that. But when it comes to creating content, my channel, I'm responsible for that. I'm responsible for taking care of the house. So I think it is subjective. Some areas you're really responsible, and also we are in an age where our children are growing up, so we have their responsibility. Likewise, our parents are getting older, so even they are our responsibility. A simple act of calling regularly, speaking, inquiring about them, even that is a responsibility. So yeah, in some areas I am, and some areas I'm pathetic.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we've covered, thankfully, we have covered all the
Oh,
topics, 10
oh,
topics.
very nice.
Anything else you wanted to ask me, you can ask.
Okay, ma'am.
I think we
Yes,
have
ma'am.
only 4 minutes left. Yeah.
6 minutes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. What advice would you give me, ma'am, to enhance my communication skill? And what's your feedback on my conversation? And what's your take on for my YouTube channel, ma'am?
Okay. Firstly, when coming to your English is very good. Your communication skills are good. But somehow I feel that you are a little bit less confident or nervous for this session because I haven't seen
Okay,
other
ma'am.
videos of yours. You are speaking really well. Little bit, I think you're hesitating. But you
Okay,
spoke very well in the conversation and you were present. You spoke, you brought out nice points. So that is a very good quality, I would say. You're not forgetting things or anything. You have amazing fluency. Your grammar is good. I think you will be a good trainer because you're patient as
okay,
well.
ma'am.
You're asking questions and it is not being one-sided. When I ask you some question, you are also taking a my opinion about it. So that is
Okay,
communication, right? It's not just answering to people, but asking questions, knowing their point of view. And you also listen. Such a peaceful conversation, right? You are speaking, I am speaking. We are not interrupting each other. So, very good on communication skills, good on English. And I would say, yes, you can start training at least to beginners if that is going
okay,
to
ma'am.
provide you with confidence. You should start training because I think people are in need of it. So you can also utilize your time wisely. So you can start training. For your YouTube channel, continue this practice of speaking and if possible, make solo content as well if you have the time and patience for it. And try to upload every single day. Try to
Okay,
connect
ma'am.
with a lot of people. Keep sending mails because maybe at one mail, people might not respond to you. Keep following up because this is for yourself, for your channel. So a little bit you
Yes.
have to keep your ego down. It's okay, they don't reply, I'll mail them again. So like that you can continue your YouTube journey and you're really good.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you for your pleasure words, ma'am. And yes, I'm really, you made my day, ma'am. I really very happy. And that too, I got appreciation from you. Like it's what to say. I don't find any words to tell, ma'am, because you are just an inspiration for everyone, ma'am. I is my even my co-learners. They are telling, oh, ma'am, please have a conversation with Shanta, ma'am. They itself told. Then I said, yes, I do have. I'm going to have a conversation with her this weekend. Really, they were surprised. And yes, this simplicity and calmness. That is the main thing for you, I think so, ma'am. Am I right, ma'am?
Yeah,
You're
I think
so simple. Uh,
that's my plus point, and people are able to relate because even at once I was a homemaker who felt I'm not worthy of anything, right? From that
oh,
too, I started making video then. So I think people are able to relate. And it is so sweet of people to see me as an inspiration. That is something I find really strange that people can, not strange, surprising actually. People find
okay.
me inspiring, and I'm so thankful and so honored to listen to such things. So thank you so much. Even you made my day.
Okay, ma'am. And for vocabulary, ma'am, and how do we incorporate vocabularies, ma'am, while we speaking?
Okay.
We may know some words, right, ma'am, but while speaking we could not get those words in our conversation, but how to incorporate those words, ma'am?
Okay, so that is happening because you're not revising. Maybe you're reading, listening, and you're getting the vocabulary. You have to write down and revise every now and then. And say, suppose you're having a conversation tomorrow with somebody, just make sure that you know have it in your mind. I'm going to talk about this topic and I'm going to use these words. So keep a target of 2 or 3 new words that you're going to use in next day's conversation. So like that, when you are on a repetitive mode, you're learning and you're using it. Unless you don't use it, it's just going to waste whatever you have collected so far. So you have to put them into practice. The more you put them into practice, even in next conversation, but your vocabulary is really good. You don't have to
Yes,
even think about it.
yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for appreciation. But this is the main thing, ma'am, because I want to use some more vocabulary which suits in the correct position. So I am struggling in that. While speaking, I could not grab those things, ma'am, those words.
Hmm. Yeah, but do not worry too much about fancy vocabulary because one of the reasons people are able to connect is if we have simple basic English so that people of all levels of English can connect with you. So if you're trying and using fancy vocabulary for your own progress, well and good. But in your conversations, I think people, a lot of people are into fancy vocabulary. But if you are also interested that even beginners, children, everybody understand your English, so try to speak as basic as possible once you're a social media person. But in your personal private life, if you like having fancy vocabulary, good, go for it. And you're already doing great. You use nice words like shouldering the responsibilities, and here and there you use nice words. So if you want to develop that, just keep revising and keep it in your mind. Like use a sticky tape or something in front of you when you're having conversations so that you will remember to use that word. So you have an
Okay.
excellent opportunity to use it. So like this, you can practice.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay,
Okay.
then lovely talking to you. Thank you so much for connecting with me today. So you have
Yes, ma'am.
a great day and good luck with your YouTube channel.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's pleasure to meet you, ma'am. We'll have another session also, ma'am, after some time.
Likewise. Thank you.